Official Pokédex entries describe Pidgeot as a Mach 2 apex predator, capable of snapping tall trees with the sheer force of a single wing flap. In the actual game, however, this bird has spent decades at the bottom of the barrel. In competitive formats, its stats are so underwhelming that it is frequently relegated to the lowest possible tier of play. Mapping Pidgeot's 479 base stat total against a later bird like Staraptor reveals a 91-point deficit in the attacked column alone. Furthermore, neither assigned ability, Keen Eye nor Big Pecs, provides any passive boost to damage, leaving its offensive output entirely unoptimized. Based strictly on game design and the raw math, Pidgeot should be a disposable early-game asset, discarded the moment players found a more efficient alternative. But player behavior and the secondary market tell a different story. Vintage Pidgeot cards command high prices from collectors, with specific editions like the Legendary Collection Reverse Holo reaching valuations upwards of $150. Even in competitive circles, a dedicated subculture of players continues to theory-craft rebuilds, lobbying developers for stat buffs or new moves. This is the paradox. Pidgeot maintains a cultural and financial value that completely ignores its lack of mathematical utility. The emotional weight behind this Pokémon can be traced back to a single half-hour of television, episode 81 of the original anime. When a predator dives toward a flock of defenseless birds, the companion intercepts the strike. It evolves mid-air, doubling in size to shield its flock. After the fight, the hero leaves his newly evolved Pidgeot behind to act as a permanent guardian in the wild, promising that one day he will come back for it. That narrative moment transformed Pidgeot from a digital sprite into a tragic hero, anchoring it in the memory of an entire generation of fans. Despite its popularity on screen, Pidgeot spent the next decade plummeting through competitive tier lists, eventually landing in the zero used category. Its reputation stayed dormant until 2014, when a social experiment called Twitch Plays Pokémon turned the bird into an internet icon. Millions typed conflicting commands into a single chat window, attempting to control one character simultaneously. In this anarchy, a single Pidgeot became the team's anchor, surviving accidental releases to carry the group through the hardest battles. The survival was statistically improbable, especially since the bird relied heavily on Whirlwind, a move that deals 0 damage, and was mechanically broken in the game's first generation. The community responded by crowning the bird Bird Jesus, creating artwork and lore that elevated the creature to the status of a digital deity. Pidgeot's legendary status grew through these emergent player stories, independent of anything the game's developers had intentionally designed. Eventually, the developers acknowledged this legacy by introducing a new mechanic, Mega Evolution. This radar chart maps the massive buffs applied to Mega Pidgeot. Special attack and speed are pushed to their limits. It also gained No Guard, a code ensuring every move hits its target with 100% certainty. This change turned Pidgeot's signature move, Hurricane, from a risky gamble into an unavoidable, devastating weapon. After 15 years, the game's mechanics finally matched the Mach 2 power from its 1999 lore. The final payoff arrived in March 2023, during the broadcast of the original protagonist's final episode. In the episode's climax, the hero is ambushed and trapped in a heavy rope net. Disarmed and isolated, he has no way to fight back. A blur swoops in and shreds the net. It's Pidgeot, returning after 2 decades to save the trainer who left it behind in 1999. Over 24 years, Pidgeot's value shifted. The narrative promise made to a generation of fans proved more durable than any competitive tier list or mathematical stat total.